You scrolled for 4 seconds? They filmed that moment 19 times. That's the whole trick nobody tells you about. Somebody posts a photo of their spontaneous beach trip. Golden light, easy smile, caption like it just happened. What you don't see is the 11 minutes before it, where they told their friend to stop laughing because it was messing up the shot. You don't see take 4, where the wind wrecked their hair. You don't see take 12, where they almost gave up. You just see the one that made the cut. The take. And here's the part that actually messes with people. We know this, logically. Everybody knows Instagram isn't real life. Say it out loud and it sounds obvious, almost dumb to even explain. But knowing it and feeling it are two completely different things. Because your brain doesn't compare your life to their edited highlight reel. It compares your life to their highlight reel like it's a documentary. Psychologists call this social comparison theory. Basically, it means we figure out how we're doing by measuring ourselves against other people. And our brains are lazy about which other people we pick. We don't compare ourselves to the average person having an average Tuesday. We compare ourselves to the best 5 seconds of the most curated person we follow. That's not a fair fight. That was never going to be a fair fight.
So think about what that actually does over time. You have a rough morning. Burnt coffee, missed the bus, snapped at someone you love, and you open your phone and there's your old college friend on a rooftop in Lisbon looking like she stepped out of a perfume commercial. Your brain doesn't go, she also had a rough morning. I just don't see. Your brain goes, why can't my life look like that? You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's trailer. And trailers are built by design to have 0 boring parts. But that's not even the part that should worry you. Because it's not just strangers anymore. It's not just influencers you'll never meet. It's your actual friends. People whose real, messy, complicated lives you know. And even then, the feed flattens them into the same highlight reel. You forget that the friend posting the grateful caption cried in her car that same week. Not because she's lying, because nobody posts the crying in the car part. Why would they? And here's where the stakes actually stop being about a photo and start being about you. Because this isn't a one-time comparison. It's a habit your brain runs every single time you open the app, dozens of times a day, silently scoring your real life against someone's highlight. Researchers who study heavy social media use keep finding the same pattern. The more time people spend passively scrolling and comparing, the more it tracks with lower mood and lower self-esteem. Not because the platform is evil, because the math was rigged from the first scroll. You're one full person. Good days, ugly days, boring Tuesdays, measured against a reel that deleted the boring Tuesdays on purpose. So what do you actually do with this? Not delete every app, because let's be real, that's not happening for most people. Something smaller, something that actually sticks. First, when you catch yourself doing the comparing, name it out loud, even just in your head. I'm comparing my behind the scenes to their highlight reel. That single sentence breaks the spell almost every time. It's hard to keep feeling small next to something once you've labeled it as edited. Second, flip the lens on your own life for 1 second. That photo they posted took 19 takes. What would your 19th take look like if you were only allowed to post the best 5 seconds of your day? You have highlight reel moments too. You just don't narrate them because you're too busy living them. Third, and this one's underrated, mute or unfollow the specific accounts that make you feel worst. Not out of spite, just triage. You don't owe your attention to content that quietly wrecks your Tuesday. Here's the thing I want you to actually walk away with. Somebody's real life includes bad skin days, fights with their partner, debt they're stressed about, a version of themselves they never post. You're not failing at matching their life. You were never even looking at their life in the first place. If this hits something, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And follow along, because next week we're getting into the flip side of this. You're not behind.
you're just watching a highlight reel and calling it a documentary. Stop grading your whole movie against someone else's trailer.